Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We want to take a look at only an intraday update. In the previous video, I showed you the pathways, the different scenarios also on the daily chart. So if you're interested in the bullish and bearish scenarios on the Bitcoin chart, also on the daily time frame, feel free to check out the previous update. It was only made a few hours ago, but I want to give you an intraday update. Bitcoin is starting to follow through on the bearish potential, on the bearish scenarios that we've identified here. There are just a couple of bearish setups, right, on the smaller time frame, and Bitcoin has already reacted to the resistance zone mentioned. I want to take you through the bullish and bearish scenarios here, but as per the updates over the last few days, I just needed to make you aware of these bearish setups. We need to see if we get follow through now, and I will talk about that a little bit more in this video and the problems with that as well. But yeah, let's first of all talk about the overall structure here. So from the 5th of August low, quick reminder that the structure to the upside is absolutely messy. It is not clearly bullish. We cannot take it off the chart. I won't take it off the chart because this here could still be something bullish to the upside. Yeah, we could still do it. But there are two levels that need to be broken in order to confirm further that the white count is in control, that the bulls are taking the lead. It is not very clear at this stage, but can always happen, and the analysis will provide us with the levels that need to be broken to, let's say, get an understanding that the bulls are in control. A failing of the bears, so if the bears fail to follow through on the bearish setups here that are highlighted in yellow on the chart, well, that would clearly be a bullish signal. And it wouldn't be a particular surprise. Probabilities are very close together in this range. See, we are in a massive sideways range actually since March. I showed that earlier today on the daily time frame. So it's a very fragile structure still that hasn't changed at all. The difference is now to what we had a few days ago or weeks ago. We actually have a bearish setup. That means we have a 5-wave move down followed by a 3-wave rally. We now need to see if the market can follow through to the downside. There are clear risk levels involved. But from a bullish point of view, the market needs to turn around somewhere in this region and start a C-wave rally. Where, and when, and what can we do? And, what can we do to identify that bullish count? Well, in the most simple form, we need, first of all, a break above the lower resistance area, 60,700, and then the upper resistance area at 63,430. But what is even more important than that is a 5-wave rally. So we could say that wave C here would unfold then from somewhere down here. But this wave C is a 5-wave move. And that means we need to see a first rally in wave 1, which would be a 5-wave move ideally as well, and the corrective pullback. So we need to see a rally and a higher low. And the rally needs to have the right structure. And then ideally a break above resistance. Those are the confirmations that will clearly indicate that here the white count is unfolding and we get to the 70K region. This has become less likely, and let's say it first needs to prove itself because the bears have provided us with a 5-wave decline. That in itself is not necessarily bearish, but a 5-wave decline followed by a 3-wave rally is potentially bearish. It still needs to get further confirmation. We need to get downside follow through, but to talk about the bearish count now, we need to consider that a B wave, no, not this. We need to consider that a B wave topped on Sunday, as mentioned before. And then this would be a 5-wave move down, and we had a 3-wave rally, and we would follow through to the downside like that. Now let's zoom in, because I want to zoom in on this bearish scenario. We have this 5-wave move down, which in the yellow count is wave 1 to the downside. We have seen a wave 2 rally into yesterday's high. Now that could still stretch out in a larger wave 2. Absolutely possible. So absolutely, that's why we've got it on there, right? It could still be an A, B, C, for example. The market loves to do this stuff. So that's possible. Therefore, I've got 2 resistance areas on the chart. In the first scenario, we are already in this larger 3rd wave down, and we have completed a 1-2 setup. And we're now in the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave to the downside that should target at least 56,678. But it requires further confirmation. We need a sustained break below 57,920, this wave 1 low. At the moment, yep, we've seen a reaction to resistance, and I already mentioned a few hours ago on Discord to our gold members that there has been a reaction to resistance, and that wave 3 to the downside could be unfolding, but also that wave 2 might still push a little bit higher, right? At the time, price was around 59,490 still, but we had a first reaction to our resistance area, and then just sort of, I think it was an hour ago or so, I highlighted that we had a possible start of wave 3 to the downside, but also it was not yet confirmed. But you know, that was when the price was around 59.1k. Since then it dropped quite nicely, and it's actually trying to go lower. So we had that first bearish scenario, and we have already a bit of a follow through to the downside, but it's not fully confirmed because we need to see further downside follow through. We need to see a break below this swing low at around 57,950. I would not be surprised if a larger wave 2 is unfolding. That would be the first signal that the bears are failing. In that case, the swing high that formed today needs to be broken. So we need to see a break above 59,970. That would be an invalidation of the immediate 1-2 setup to the downside. But anybody who used it, for example, maybe for a short or so, would already be in profit. So I can only encourage you to maybe manage risk in case we get a move up, because if we get a move up, it would happen from here in a larger wave 2. And then the next step that the bears are failing would be a break above 63,430. But there's a long way to go. So that's at the moment where we are on the Bitcoin chart. Risk for downside follow through is high. There's absolutely no sign that a larger wave 2 is unfolding, at least not yet, but you know that the microstructures are fragile, so that could change quickly. But that gives you all the levels to watch for at the moment, and the structures, and also what would be needed to change the structure. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.